Beneficiaries of the government's nation builders called NABCo are today protesting, and they are protesting what they call an undue delay in the payment of their allowances. An extension of their service period by the government has not been followed with the necessary financial commitment, as many of them are yet to be paid in the past 6 months. Recently, some trainees took to social media to demand payment of their allowance arrears, saying life has become unbearable for them. Manuel Kranting is our man on the street. With them, he now joins us live for more. Manuel, what can you tell us about this protest? I need you to paint a picture of what is happening right now at the protest ground.
So we're currently on our way to the NABCo Secretariat. What you're seeing your shot are aggrieved NABCo beneficiaries who indeed are requesting that their allowances are paid them. You remember that in 2018, government launched this scheme to provide temporary jobs for some 100,000 people. In just the past 5 months, specifically in November, we're told that there was an exit plan for these beneficiaries. But they say that for some of them, for as long as 11 months, they have not been paid. What's your name?
Seth Asamoah.
Which model were you posted into? Which model were you posted into?
Revenue Ghana.
Okay, so tell me, what is your particular issue?
My particular issue, we've not been paid prior to election. We've not been paid, and prior to election, we were called for aptitude test at Accra Day. Interview at Accra. At the end of the day, they posted their own people.
But we're told that the program had ended, and in November 2021, there was an exit plan for you. How is it that you are now asking for allowances?
They said we should go, but how can you let me go when you've not paid me? They were supposed to pay us for September, October. As I'm talking to you now, we've not been paid.
So you have not been paid for how many months?
For 2 months, including the extra time that we work for.
Okay, for 2 months, and he has not been paid. I just speak to a few more people. My boss, he has not been paid for 2 months. How many months have you not been paid? How many months have you not been paid?
-3.
3 months. Okay,
yeah.
Where do you work?
I'm at local government.
Local government, but we've been told that you've been asked to go home.
No, at my place, I've not been asked to go home. But, you know, there was order from the Minister of Finance. He stated it in the budget that NABCo has been extended for a year. So by that, we are still working. And then NABCo also released an official communique what we should still be at post. But we don't know why, even up to now, we don't know our left and right, because the president promised us on the radio station of Bonnet Award he was going to make us permanent before the program comes to an end in October. But till now, we've not heard anything from the president himself. And the president also made it clear that what the agency should prioritize NABCo personnel. But as I speak to you, local government recently released a list of what budgets of students.
And so what we're having now is the beneficiaries kneeling down and begging for government to pay them their allowances. Why are you kneeling down and screaming? Why are you kneeling down and screaming?
We are starving. Starving is not a good thing, because it's painful when you are working and you are not being paid. That's why we are pleading and screaming and yelling for a better help. So we are pleading on the government to come to our rescue. We are pleading. We are starving. We don't know what to do now. Now we the bag. Now we the bag. Oh, Nana, please.
And so this is one of the beneficiaries who's been talking to me. You're begging, but how long haven't you been paid? How long have
7 to 10 months.
7 to 10 months.
Exactly.
So where were you posted?
Mention Hospital.
Mention Hospital. But tell me, how have you been surviving 7 to 10 good months?
Interview me already.
Let's go. How many months? How have you been surviving?
Like, I depends on funds. Okay. And also sometimes too, I do borrowing. But now I can't borrow anymore. So I wish I could get the money to clear my debts and, look forward about what things will happen.
But I see on some of your placards that you want permanent jobs and so on. How are you asking for permanent jobs? Even the ones the temporary ones, you've not been paid. Now you want permanent jobs.
Yeah, because as a rational human being, you have to work and work harder. So fighting for permanent job means that we need to help Mother Ghana set forward. And besides, we will get, a better job and salary to look after our parents and our wives as well.
And so one of the beneficiaries speaking to me there, essentially this has been the situation that we've seen with a lot of the aggrieved beneficiaries of NABCo. In fact, one of them that I spoke to just before he came to me, Aisha, told me that he has not been paid for as many as 11 months. A lot of them for those who are in the Heal Ghana module, the nurses who were posted into the Heal Ghana module, a lot of them have not been paid for as many as 11 months. Let me speak to this lady and find out why she's joining the demonstration. Madam, you're live on the JoyNews channel. Why are you joining the demonstration today?
Because we are not being treated fairly. We are not being treated fairly. We were promised permanency after the 3 years contract, but we are still suffering. We are even being owed more than 11 to 1 year. Most of us have not been paid. We are hungry.
You are hungry. So how do you survive? Tell me. How do you survive?
We try to manage.
Okay.
We manage. We are always hungry. Our kids are hungry. Our husbands are hungry. We are all suffering.
So you are married with kids?
I'm married with kids.
How many kids do you have?
3.
You have 3 kids?
I have 3 kids.
So how do you fend for them? How do you fend for your children? Do they go to school?
Friends and family help out.
Okay.
Because they were hoping that at the end of the 3 years, I'll have permanency. But it seems that's impossible now.
But we have had
lied to.
You've been lied to?
NABCo is a waste of time, efforts, and everything. We are tired.
But we're told by the finance minister that the government payroll is full, and really there's not much that can be done.
They shouldn't have promised us that day.
Okay.
The Akufo-Addo was aware before he promised us that by October ending we would have been employed. We are in institutions whereby they are employing people, strange people from outside. They are being employed and we are there. They are saying we should wait for the Akufo-Addo because we are under contract with him. So NABCo is more of a waste of time.
More of a waste of time. So essentially that's what we're having. A lot of them feeling really aggrieved. So Aisha, we're told that they will be sending a petition to the CEO of the NABCo Secretary, Dr. Ibrahim Anyas, to voice out their grievances to him and ask him for expedited action in the release of their arrears. And so that's what we have currently ongoing here, Aisha.
Osman Crime saying there he is with the NABCO trainees who are demanding payment of the arrears of the allowances. You recall that they've been on social media demanding same. Today they hit the streets to demand and press government to do the needful. We're there live. We'll still bring you more sights and sounds from that place.